Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about communication and good relationships through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about stuffing emotions versus choosing calmness. In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between stuffing emotions and actually choosing calmness and letting things go, and what is the most healthy practice to get into so that you don't end up stuffing emotions. Stuffing emotions is not healthy. In fact, most people know that this is a sign of bad emotional health. If you're not able to discuss how you feel and some of your emotional responses to things, an emotionally healthy person is able to examine what's going on within themselves, discuss it, make plans for themselves, and move forward with a sense of empowerment and purpose. When a person stuffs their emotions, what they do is they actually decide to pull their emotions down deep, to push them down, and to focus on them continually. And that is the key thing. When you are stuffing emotions, or some people say bottling emotions, you are focusing on the emotions. They're there. They don't go anywhere unless you deal with them in some way. You have to make a decision in order for that emotion to feel like it has been handled. Well, emotions don't necessarily have feelings. They're actually caused because of feelings. They start with feelings. We start with a feeling, then we get a thought or a way that we process the feeling, and that leads to an emotional response. Well, the emotional response cannot let off if we do not know exactly how to choose to do that. Some people are afraid of what might happen if they give in to a negative emotional response, because there are productive emotions and non-productive emotions, and there are healthy and unhealthy ways to release these emotions. A person should not feel like that they have to hold on to something forever, though, and can't ever talk to anybody about it, because that could lead to an unhealthy situation within themselves. So, just to be clear, when you stuff emotions, you hold something in, push it down, and then you focus on it. It ends up being something that you come back to again and again because it's not been properly sorted. But then there are these people, in fact, I'm probably one of them actually, who seem like they don't ever have a problem with emotions, and they may feel something like anger and then go, nah, I'm not going to be angry, I'm moving on. Does that mean that I'm stuffing emotions? No. The answer is no. I'm choosing calmness. It's a choice. I'm sorting it out in my mind and saying, is that productive or non-productive? Do I choose to put my energy there or not? I choose to let that completely go, drop the subject about it, and not put my energy there. I am picking to move on with calmness. Some people might say, yeah, but then you're not actually addressing the emotion. Actually, I did. I fully addressed the emotion. I said, that's anger. I don't want to have it. I'm done with that. That's not the way I choose to respond to this circumstance. People who are often calm and collected, comfortable, relaxed in any social situation, people who can be in very heated discussions with people and not be a person that loses control, those are the people who are constantly choosing. They're not stuffing. The person who's stuffing their emotions is the person who is in a heated situation and then they just bolt. They say, nope, I can't talk about this. I am leaving. I am going away. That's the person who's stuffing the emotions. When you are choosing calmness, you are thinking clearly about what is going on inside of yourself. In fact, if we want to simplify this, the difference between stuffing emotions and choosing calmness is basically you deciding what you are going to analyze. Are you going to analyze the situation again and again and again and again? Whatever that feeling is, that frustration, that emotion, are you going to analyze it again and again? Or instead, are you going to analyze your responses and your thoughts and what you think would be most in alignment with your priorities and your purpose? What are you going to focus on? That forms the chief difference between stuffing emotions and simply choosing calmness. Obviously, the healthy choice is to choose calmness, but there are many people that have to learn how to do that. If you're already subscribed to this channel, you know that there are many videos that relate to emotions, but this one I feel like is a little bit different in that we are discussing that chief distinction, that focus, and how that focus makes all the difference between just choosing calmness and getting emotionally bound. Does a person need to discuss every single feeling or emotion that they have? No, they don't. Is it okay to let an emotion go and to simply just move on and not think about it again? Yes. That is also okay. That would be categorized as being emotionally strong or healthy, to make a decision, to drop a subject about something, and then simply move on. When you are emotionally healthy and you're choosing calmness, you take all of the information that's happening around you and within you, and you sort it. You categorize it and you ask questions. Instead of just submitting to whatever's happening around you, you stop yourself and you take a moment to analyze. Self-governed people analyze before they respond. They ask key questions. Is this important? Am I doing something here that is going to make this situation difficult for me or for other people? Is the person I'm talking to aware of how they're coming across to the other people? Is it my role to make them aware of that? If this is not my role, can I decide to just tell myself, no, it's not a big deal, and move on? You have to ask yourself key questions if you're going to choose to look past the emotion and move on to the calmness. Now, occasionally, when you are stuffing your emotions, you might catch yourself doing certain things, like disconnecting from people, trying to distract yourself, erupting at small things. These are things that I talked about in the 7 signs that you're stuffing your emotions video. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to go back and take a look at that one too. But if you know you're stuffing your emotions, then what you might have to do is talk about it with a trusted person first. Like, okay, I know I'm having a problem stuffing some emotions. I need to talk with you about something that's going on. Can we have a conversation about it? Can you choose not to take something personally because I just need to share this? Yep, absolutely. Okay, let's hear what you have to say. So find that person who already chooses calmness on a regular basis. That's going to make it easier for you to choose calmness too. So this brings me to a really important question, which is, how do you choose calmness? Well, I believe each person needs to have their own personal calm plan. They need to know, what is it that I start doing or thinking when I'm just about ready to not be calm? And what do I need to be thinking instead during those times? A person who has a calm plan deliberately analyzes what happens within them when they start going from calmness to not calm. Then they plan key questions they can ask themselves or truths that they can tell themselves in order to steer themselves toward calmness instead of over-processing on something that is going to lead to emotion stuffing or damaging relationships. Many people stuff their emotions because they're afraid of damaging relationships. But we can talk about issues and keep relationships intact if we prepare everybody for calmness. There is one strategy for calmness that I think everybody knows, because when we get frustrated about something, we often go, we take a big deep breath. Deep breathing is one of the #1 things that you can do to bring calmness. If you can train yourself to just breathe more deeply, to tell yourself, stop, breathe, deeply, think, go to front brain. When you release breath, your chemicals alter in the brain. That gives you an opportunity to go to front brain, to choose to go to front brain so that you can think more clearly and analyze more effectively. When you do that, you are choosing calmness. Just putting a simple thing in place, like a deep breath and a thought to move to the front part of your brain, can make all of the difference in choosing calmness. Having a calm plan is so important that I have a special gift that I want to give to you that will help you with it. On my website, teachingselfgovernment.com, I teach all about self-government for parents and for children and how to heal and strengthen relationships. On my website, I have something called the Calm Parenting Toolkit. Then you can have the Calm Parenting Toolkit for free. There are 10 tools for calmness that you can use and have your children learn as well, so that you can start on the road to self-government. Calmness is just one skill that a person learns to be a self-governing person, but it is a vital skill and worth mastering. So click on the link in the description below, and I'll see you on the Calm Parenting Toolkit.